everybody on this call here tonight. We're going to get the call started in just a minute, but wanted to give everybody an opportunity as you're checking in. Anybody wants to say hello and say where they're calling in from, would love to have everybody introduce themselves here tonight.
Hi, everybody. This is Orlando Martinez. I'm from Harlingen, Texas.
Orlando, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. This is Assad. I'm calling from Mahwah, New Jersey.
Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Shirley from Lindenwold, New Jersey.
Hello. Hello, this is Sherilyn Brown from New Orleans, Louisiana.
How you doing tonight? I'm Ben, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Welcome to the call.
Hey, this is
Good
Mike
evening. This
Presley
is
in
Yolanda
Philadelphia.
Smalls from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Hello, Yolanda.
Hello,
Welcome to the call.
Julie Johnson from Jackson, Tennessee.
Hi, this is Lorna Peart from Stamford, Connecticut.
Hi, this is Paula Lyons from Pennsylvania.
Hi, this is Deanne Denny from Florida.
As I see, we've got rock stars checking in from all over the country. My dog's checking in the background right now. She's excited for the Zoom Energy call right now. Anybody else? We're going to give about another minute or so as people log in here. Anybody else want to say hello and introduce yourself and say where you're calling in from?
This is Peter Pasternak from Atlanta, Georgia.
Welcome to the call.
This is Ed from New York City. New York City in the house.
Welcome to the call.
Andre Bell from Long Island, New York.
Andre.
85-degree weather, Orlando.
This is Arjan Scholten from the Netherlands, Europe.
Hey, Jeff. Freehold, New Jersey.
Guys. Good job. Good job.
This is Paris Sermons calling in from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Michael Eric, upstate New York.
Hi, Joy Wells from Houston, Texas.
Welcome, you guys. Thank you for being here tonight.
Tim Riley.
Linda Simpson from San Antonio.
Baron Keith from Dallas, Texas.
Sharon Baskin from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to tonight's special Zoom Energy call. I heard people calling in from all over the country here this evening. And for those of you that didn't get a chance to introduce yourself, I see people jotting their contact information in the chat as well. We have over 100 people on this Sunday night, a special Zoom Energy training. You know, my name is Jeff Street, and I'm a Platinum Regional Vice President, Circle of Champion member with ACN, and we're just excited to have you on the line here this evening for this special training. We're going to hear from some really amazing people here tonight, but for those of you that are brand new, you know, one of the things that we want to make sure that you know is to get onto our team's website, www.wealthinstituteinc.com. Again, www.wealthinstituteinc.com. And when you go onto the website, first off, you can see here upcoming events. For those of you that don't know, we have our national convention coming up in Plano, Texas, in Dallas, Texas on January 29th. So right onto the website, you can hit more info and you can actually register yourself for our national convention. It's $29 is the cost for the ticket for this entire day event. Also, we're going to be doing a special rock star recognition dinner, $70 for the dinner, plated dinner. So we're going to be having a DJ there. It's going to be a party. It's going to be incredible. So somebody can go to the entire event, the training and the dinner for less than $99. That's going to be an amazing way to kick off 2022. And you want to get yourself and your team to that event. We're going to talk a little bit about Zoom Energy tonight, but at the national convention, the Zoom executives will be there with the booth. All of the product vendors will be there with the booth. And again, right here on the website is where you would go to register yourself for that event, as well as getting a ticket for the dinner. You also want to make sure that you put in your email address and phone number and register yourself for our team newsletter. anytime there's special trainings like this that happen, emails and text messages go out to anybody that's registered there as part of that that group. So again, make sure that you go ahead and get yourself, registered, there this evening, so you can be informed with everything that's happening, with the Rockstar team. And, ACN has a buffet of services. And in my 16 years, being involved in ACN, I remember 16 years ago when I first got started, and our only service when I got started was local and long distance phone service. And to see ACN's buffet of services expand to where it is today is incredible, and even more to come in the future. And so those of you that haven't seen our point values, you can take a screenshot of this slide. These are all the different services that we offer here in the US, as well as the point values that go along with the service. But tonight our training is going to focus on XOOM Energy. Now, normally XOOM is 1 point for residential electric, 1 point for gas service, and 2 points for commercial gas and electricity, as well. And when we talk about XOOM Energy, ACN has now been partnered with XOOM for 10 years. XOOM has been an award-winning energy retailer, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Matter of fact, in 2015, XOOM was rated in Inc. 500 magazine as the #1 fastest growing energy company in all of North America. And they were the 2016 and 2018 Retail Energy Provider of the Year winner. So I love the fact that we have such a solid partner in XOOM Energy. XOOM Energy is also a part of NRG. So NRG is XOOM Energy's parent company. Football fans probably know the NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. NRG is one of the largest suppliers of gas and electricity in the country, and one of the only energy providers that sells energy in every single one of the deregulated marketplaces. So here's a map. ACN as a company does business in all 50 states and 27 countries. The only service in the United States that is market specific is gas and electricity. So far, there's a little over 30 plus states that still have not yet deregulated for gas and electricity, meaning there's 30 plus states where people do not have the freedom to choose yet. So we're early in this energy business, but in 19 markets in the country, people can choose who they buy their gas and or electricity from. So here's the map of all the areas in the US and Canada where XOOM Energy sells natural gas and electricity and or electricity services. Now, you can see on the map the different states, the different markets. Now, you don't need to squint your eyes. You can just write down this website, acncompass.com/energy. Again, acncompass.com/energy, and it'll take you right to this map. And this is a great memory jogger. One of the things that you'll learn is energy is the most lucrative service that we sell. The biggest amounts of our residual income come from natural gas and electricity. So this is a service that you really want to get to know, because this is a big money maker for you now as an ACN independent business owner. So go to that website, get a chance to take a look at that map. Again, 1 point residential, 2 points for business, but XOOM has something that I've never ever seen before. And what that's called is the Power Your Home program. And we're going to hear from some individuals this evening that have taken advantage of this Power Your Home program. And what we want to encourage you to do is give the gift of free energy to yourself and to your family this holiday season. Now, what does that mean? See, with XOOM Energy as an ACN IBO, once you refer 12 energy customers, 12 electricity customers, you now get the average of all of the 12 customers, what they spend in their commodity portion of their bill as an additional commission every single month for yourself. That's above and on top of all of the other bonuses and the residual income that we make in ACN. So let's say that you're an electricity customer with XOOM, and now you refer 11 other electricity customers. That's now a total of 12. On top of all the other bonuses, on top of all the commissions, you get that extra bonus every month. the average of your 12 customers. Now, we call it the free energy program, but if your customers happen to spend more than you on average, it could actually be more than free. And if they spend less than you, again, it's the average of the 12. And the same thing with natural gas service. Now, here's what's exciting. I know that there's some of you that are calling in from Florida, and Florida is not yet a deregulated state. If you go out and get 12 electricity customers in the deregulated markets, you can still qualify for the Power Your Home free energy program, even if you're in an area that's not yet deregulated. And the same thing with natural gas, and you can qualify for both. You can qualify for the Power Your Home electricity and the Power Your Home gas program. This is for residential customers only for this one specific promotion. Now, ACN has an amazing bonus here in the month of December. This is incredible. Here for the month of December, they've doubled the points for electricity, for residential electricity. So here in the month of December, instead of getting just 1 point per electricity customer residentially, you get 2 points for every residential electricity customer here in the month of December. Those are for customers that are required up until 5 p.m. East Coast time on December 31st. But look at this. Here's an additional promotion they have this month. In addition to the double points, for every 5 energy customers that you acquire, XOOM and ACN will give you an additional $200 bonus on top of, in addition to all the normal customer bonuses that ACN offers. And there's no limit to this. If you go out and get 30 energy customers this month, then you would go ahead and make a $200 bonus 6 different times, $1,200. Again, there's no limit to this particular promotion. Now, I'm really excited because we have somebody that's going to share some information with you today that has gone out and built a big business when it comes to natural gas and electricity. And we want to arm you with tools here this evening and information and education and the confidence to go out and get as many energy customers as you can. We want every one of you to qualify for free energy. We want to go out and help a lot of you go out and hit some significant XOOM energy bonuses here this month in December. And this individual is going to give you some insights on things that are going to be happening in the energy business in 2022, where there's a window of time right now where we're really in front of something in a big, big way. This individual originally is from the Pennsylvania marketplace. Today, she's in the Texas area. She's built a massive team. She's a gold regional vice president, and she has a huge, huge customer base when it comes to energy customers. And she's a good friend of the Rockstar team, and that's gold regional vice president, Norian Savage. Norian, thank you so much for being on the call here today, and we'd love to turn the call over to you.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope I can shed some light on what's really happening in our market. I'll just first start off with, who I am. Like Jeff said, I'm from Pennsylvania, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. I heard some Pennsylvania people in the house. That's awesome. So you know where Doylestown is. So we're going to go over some Northeast stuff as well. But myself, I've been in the business for 11 years. And I built a team of over 3,500 people. And with that team, we've acquired roughly a little over 10,000 energy customers. That's electric and gas. And that's just, the energy piece of our business. And that's pretty significant. These are customers that we renew every single time their contract is up. And they're solid customers. And that's what, we're going to teach you here tonight on exactly how to maintain those customers as well. The reason I love energy, it's simple. It's really simple because it doesn't cost anybody anything, any money at all to become your customer. And that's a huge point. Your customers, it's a lifetime essential service. So it's something that they use every single day. They're never going to stop paying for it. So it's not like, you're constantly selling, different products. It's an amazing, it's something they're going to pay for. And why not them help you out by being your customer? You have that relationship and they're going to talk more about that later, but you have a relationship. It's your family, your friends, your acquaintances, and people that you're referred to, you know, and you can help them, in most cases, save money and just have the confidence that they have a peace of mind with a rate that is actually, you know, it's a rate that that they're going to have for a couple of years. It's a fixed rate. It's not something that is going to change. So, and that's what's real important in this market today, is that, you know, they're going to be on a fixed rate, and their fixed rates are going to be anywhere from 2 years to 5 years, depending upon the state that you're in. We're going to talk about, you know, the Northeast compared to Texas, and how that works. It's a little bit different in each state. I guess what we're going to do, Jeff, I'm looking at my notes here. We were talking about the new person. Okay. We want to look at the new person. What are they going to do? Okay. When they first sign on, as a new person, some of you are probably already did everything you need to do to sign up for, I'm sorry, for Zoom. I have to move this here so I can see what I'm doing. You're already signed in. You've already created your accounts. You're somebody that's already knows what they're doing because you've been in ACN for a while, but this is really for the new IBO. Okay, so if you're a brand new IBO, the first thing that you're going to do to get started is you want to create an account with Zoom Energy. Okay, I'm just waiting here for Jeff. Okay, so when you do this, you know, what you're going to do is you're actually going to go to your energy. I'm sorry, I am looking at my notes and I'm looking at the wrong notes. I apologize.
Norian, what I'm going to do is we have Shannon Q actually just signed up just a few minutes
Oh, that's
ago.
right. I'm sorry.
So welcome to the team, Shannon. So thank you so much too. Shannon actually gave us her login information because she just signed up. So let's say a brand new person is logging in for the first time. We're logging in as Shannon for the very first time, you know, right now. So once we get into the back office, this is what you're going to see when you get in your back office. Now, if you see this yellow square, that means you have not yet uploaded your direct deposit information. You want to make sure you do that literally just by going through to the preferences here in your back office. Now, you'll see here these 6 little squares. You'll see where it says Zoom accreditation. This is where you want to go to take your accreditation test. Norian's going to walk you through that, but I'll show you one other thing real quick. Sometimes when you log in, you may get redirected to this portion of the website, which is actually your reporting portal. And if you see yourself on this portion and you want to get back to where we were, all you do is just click on where it says support. And then from support, you'll actually have an opportunity to be able to, Shannon's might be too new for us to actually get back into that right now. But so normally if you click on support, it'll say IBO back office, and that'll allow you to return to the IBO back office. So hold on one second, guys, and we'll get back to the Zoom Energy information here. So now we'll go back to the website here, and you'll see where it says Zoom accreditation. And
this is where you're going to, guys, this is where you're going to set up your account. You need to set up a separate account. It's not ACN account, it's your Zoom account. So that's why it's different. Some people get confused by that, but you need to set up a Zoom account in order to switch customers over to Zoom. So that's what we're going to do right now. So you're going to go ahead and put in your IBO number, and then you're going to set up a password, and then you're going to continue on. At this point, you're just going to put in all of your pertinent information and, you know, create an account like you would any other website. And once that's complete, I'll just wait till you're done, Jeff. But I'll speak to it. Once it's complete, then that's going to allow you to go ahead and do a video. It's a training video. You have to look at this training video so that you understand all the rules and regulations of what's expected of you through Zoom. And once you do that, you can do the there's a quiz, and it's pretty short, but if you don't worry if you fail it the first time, the second time, the third time. It'll allow you to keep doing it until you do pass it. In most cases, you're going to be fine. It's not going to be a problem.
And then this is what the quiz looks like, guys. So once you put in your information, again, you saw that it went over to that video. You watch the video, it's about 10 minutes long. And then after the video, it'll take you right directly to this quiz.
And it's pretty self-explanatory, okay? So at that point, once you complete that, now you're able to offer Zoom services to any of your family, your friends, any potential customers, you know, that you want to share these services with. So what you're going to do is you're going to send them to your IBO page, okay? That is your actual website. And what I like to call is the front page of your website or the landing page, okay? And you're going to see where it says ACN up in the left-hand corner, and next to that, it says services. So you're going to hover over that, and then you're going to go down to where it says gas and electric. You're going to click on that. That's going to open up your Zoom site. You're going to want to shop for plans. So you're going to click on the shop for plans button, and then you're going to click on I have read the information, order now. Okay. And, you know, people can just do this to look at rates, or they could do this to obviously sign up your customers as well. This is exactly what they're going to see as well. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and put in your zip code. Of course, it's residential that we're looking at. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the rates.
We're going to actually use a Connecticut zip code, just because we're going to show you guys a Connecticut bill here in a minute.
Okay, so here are the fixed plans, and this is what we really want our customers to go on. You want to look at the longest rate plan, okay? Because I'm going to explain what's going on in the market here. Because we're no longer an energy independent country at this point, we're kind of dependent on OPEC for our natural gas and gasoline, electricity, just a lot of things actually gasoline. So, you know, gas dictates pricing. And so our prices are high right now. And we're going to show you at some point a chart that's going to describe to you where the rates are going. And what's really, really important is we need to lock our customers into a long-term rate. Now, this slide here that you're looking at right now, this is showing you all of the different grids. Okay, this is where energy is purchased. Okay, it's actually generated and purchased on the open market. This is a wholesale market, and that's for the suppliers and for the utilities. And that's where they purchase the energy for those specific states. And these are, like I said, these are the names of all of the grids that we get that energy from. Jeff, you can go to the next slide. You might as well, since we're talking about this.
And what I would do too, guys, is take a look at like maybe what area that you're in. Let's say you're here in Texas, where Norian and I am. Focus on where it says ERCOT in the grid. If you're in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Maryland market, look at where it says PGM. So just kind of focus your eyes on what part of the country you're in, so you can see what's happening, you know, in your part of the country.
Yeah, when you look at this chart, you're going to see at the bottom here, it's going to tell you what area that we're looking at here. Understand zero is actually versus the all-time low. So that's the all-time low rates that we've had recently. Look at what's going on currently, okay? And, you know, coming into 2020, if you want to look at PJM, we're actually a little over 100% increase in our rates, which is a little scary. And these are predictions. This is Constellation Energy that put this out, by the way, back in October, but they're looking at a full scale of the next 4 years of what they're predicting is going to happen. Overall, the average collectively for the next 4 years, it's a 67% increase, but right now we're over 100, close to 120% in some areas. So that's why it's really important to lock your customers into a very long-term rate. If you have a 5-year rate like we do in Texas, if you have maybe a 2-year rate in some parts, like in Pennsylvania, I know there's a 2-year rate in the Pico market. That's what you're looking for, because that gives your customer peace of mind that they're paying the same rate. They know what's coming. There's going to be no surprises with their bill. Right now, we're a little on most suppliers. I would say 99% of the suppliers are ahead of the curve on their rates. We're a little bit higher than the utilities. What do I mean by that? Okay, so back in the utilities are the poles and wires. Okay, so back in Pennsylvania, Pico is like the Philadelphia area. Okay, in Pennsylvania, large part of Pennsylvania is Pico Energy. And Pico is considered the utility, okay? So in that state, it's billed by utility. So in those states, the utility still bills you, but your supplier is separate from, and it's still just a line item on your bill, and we'll show you that in a minute. But in the Northeast, that's how it was broken down. Same thing in Illinois and Ohio. I'm trying to think what other states. All of those states, pretty much the whole Northeast corridor, they were deregulated billed by utility. In Texas, it's different. It's billed by supplier, so you get a supplier bill. Back home in Pennsylvania, you get a bill from your utility company. Again, like I said, they control all of that. They're your poles and wires. We have poles and wires here too, and that's separate, and that's also on your bill. It's Encore is one of the major ones out here in Texas, in the North Texas area. So that's the difference in how they work. Okay, but no matter what, it's still the same thing. You want to lock your customers into the longest rate that you can, especially since we're looking at the next 4 years at really, really high rates, and your customer's going to have peace of mind knowing that they're paying one rate and they're not going to see these exorbitant rates that are going to go through the sky. And we can't promise somebody 6 months from now the rates that we're currently having, because what's going to happen is the utility is going to get caught back up with us. They're probably going to pass us like they usually do. And then, you know, in 6 months, we can't say, hey, I can give you this 9-cent rate, or I can't give you this 11-cent all-in rate in Texas. So it's really, it's kind of like, if you can compare it to a mortgage, when you're purchasing a mortgage, they can't control those rates. You either buy in now and where the rates are really low, or you can risk it and wait and pay a little bit more. So that's kind of where we're at in the energy market. And it's really, I would say, you know, you really need to figure out who your customers are, get them on board as soon as possible, because we do not know how long we're going to have these great rates for them right now. And you can explain to them, yeah, you might pay a little bit more right now, but in the next 6 months, you're going to be paying a whole lot more.
Hey,
Because
Norian.
they're all on variables.
Norian, I love the information that you share with everybody. When you went over this part, you know, I was blown away. I just want to make sure that everybody's catching what you're showing everybody here. So again, you know, with this grid, let's just focus on ERCOT for a minute. Everybody see ERCOT? That's the Texas area. So it shows here what the percentage increase that they're predicting for 2022. So for 2022, they're predicting almost a 100% increase in energy prices in Texas. You know, over the next couple of years, that'll go down a little bit, but still a significant increase to what it is today. They're looking at, on average, over the next 4 years, a 67% increase. In PGM, you see some of the areas in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland area, some of the areas as high as a 73% increase on average over the course of the next 4 years. So I want to just give everybody this example. Imagine gasoline at the pump, okay? I think this is something that we can all relate to. So let's say gasoline at the pump right now was $2, but you had an inside scoop that a year from now, gasoline at the pump was going to be $4. If you had an opportunity to lock somebody in at, let's say, $2.30 a gallon, even though it was 30 cents a gallon more than it is right now, but they were locked in for 2 to 5 years, when you knew that if you didn't lock them in, their price might go to $4, how many would be telling every person that we know to lock in their gas rate? Does that make sense, everybody? Their gas at the pump. Now, this is natural gas and electricity. I'm just using that as an example. And Norian, I know that you're talking to a lot of customers right now, educating people on what's happening, educating people on why they want to lock in. And one of the things that you said a minute ago was so important. Even though we can lock people in at these rates now, we don't know if 6 months from now, the prices that we're going to offer are going to still be able to be what they are today. So
And I
again,
can
let's
tell you,
go.
most likely they're not. Most likely they're not, because the market's going up, we're going to have to go up with the market. And the utility, they're just slightly behind, but I'm going to tell you right now, they have plans. They already have plans to go up 30% per quarter, which means they're going to get caught up and they're going to go ahead of us. So, you know, this is something that you can take advantage of right now, guys, because you're helping people. You're going to help people in the long run save. And like I said, give them peace of mind that they're on one rate. They don't have to worry about their electric bill skyrocketing. I mean, they are going to pay more than what they're used to, period. We all are. There's nothing we can do about that. The only thing we can do right now is try to get people in and get them in now, so that in the near future, they're going to see a difference and they're going to not pay what everybody else is going to have to pay. Because especially if they're with the utilities, you know, if they're not on a fixed rate, because utilities are not fixed rates, they are on a variable month to month. So understand that if they are with Pico, if they're with any other, if they're with, you know, any other utility period in Pennsylvania or any of the states that we are deregulated in, they're going to pay more. It doesn't matter. It's just going to go back and forth. It usually goes up. So having a fixed rate is a real good idea.
I couldn't agree with you more, Norian, and that's one of the biggest benefits of XOOM Energy is to be able to lock our customers in that long-term fixed rate. And I gave the example a minute ago of, again, gasoline at the pump. If you knew gas was $2 now, it's going to be $4 a year from now. If you could lock somebody in at $2.20 or $2.40 right now, you'd want to do that, even though short term, they might pay a little bit more short term. Yeah. You can see the benefit for them in the long term. But 6 months from now, in that comparison, that price that we might be able to offer might be $3 or $3.20, just because, again, everything's going up. So it's really time sensitive. We want to lock as many people in as we can, you know, prior to these increases. You know, what about New York? Let's go back to the map. New York, Zone G. 62.8% increase estimated, and again 100% what they're estimating for 2022. So this is all the areas. The smallest increase is Michigan, that they're predicting 58% increase on average. So we're talking about, in some cases, prices doubling, in some cases 50% increases. So guys, we have a really great opportunity right now. And we have the ability to really help a lot of people by locking people in before these rates really go through the roof with what they're predicting starting next year. We're out in front of it. We got double points for electricity customers, and we have some really, really generous bonuses that XOOM and ACN are giving us, you know, right now. And I know we keep talking about electricity, but it's virtually the same thing if I with natural gas as well. Very similar. Is that correct, Norian, from what you understand?
Yes, that's my understanding. Absolutely. Yes.
And so, and Norian, is there anything else that you want to leave everybody with? I know there's a few other things I'm going to show everybody that I think will be helpful for them. But again, 10,000 energy customers in your organization. Mm-hmm. That's not including all the other services that we offer, but 10,000 energy customers in your organization. And I know part of the reason why your organization is so good at getting customers, it's easy for us to see, listening to you train today, that you are somebody that really, really cares about the consumer. You know,
well, I do care because if there's, you know, I mean, if I had a cure for cancer, I would be out there telling people all about it. Okay. And that's really how I look at this. You know, I want to help people. I don't want them to have to necessarily pay more than what they're paying now. And we all know times are tough right now. So we need to all buckle up, and we all need to, you know, look for ways to not spend more money. Okay. And if I could help somebody do that, it makes me feel good as a person, just period, to be able to help people do that. So I'm really passionate about it. I've always been passionate about trying to help my customers find exactly what they're looking for. And it's a great product, guys. I mean, and it's simple. Remember what I said. It's simple. People are not paying extra for it. What they're doing, you don't have to ask them to pay for anything. You're just saying, hey, you know, you're my friend or you're my family member. Let me show you, let me explain to you what's going on in the market. And I think this is a great deal for you. I don't see how you can go wrong. once you show them and you give them the information, it's all about information. So take that information, talk to your families, talk to your friends, talk to acquaintances, and any people in your networking groups, talk to them. And I think you're going to do really well, guys. I really do.
Well, Norian, thank you so much for your time being with us here today, sharing your passion, sharing your insights, giving us a heads up on what's happening. You know, Merry Christmas to you and Greg and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you guys both for everything that you do for ACN. And I have some other things I'm going to go through with the team right now. But guys, let's give Norian a big virtual rock star round of applause for really pouring into everybody with her insights here today. So Norian, again, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And when we go into back into Zoom Energy and go back into the website to go back into kind of where we left off before and to give you a couple of different examples. So Norian started walking everybody through, you put a zip code in, you click on fixed rates. Remember, fixed rates is the way you want to go. You don't want anybody to be on a variable rate. You want everybody to lock in for price protection. If you're taking notes, write down, lock people in for price protection. But let's say we go to Connecticut here, we want to lock people in at the longest rate, fixed rate term. We hit choose. Now from here, we're going to actually enter in the information for them to become a customer. Now in every state, the information that you need is going to be different, but right on the website where it asks you for the information on the bill, if you don't know what that means, you just click on what is this, and it'll show you where that is on the bill. So here's Connecticut. Eversource is the utility company. It's asking for a service reference number. So see, it shows you that right there, underneath the what is this, the account number, here's where it is on the bill. So just to go back and show everybody a Zoom Energy customer, let's say, for example, in Connecticut, what's so great about the service is that really things don't change for the customer. I remember when my grandmother became my Zoom Energy customer, my grandmother was in Rhode Island, utility is called National Grid. She still got her bill from National Grid. The only thing at all that changed on her bill is one line item. See where it's circled here? It says supplier Zoom Energy. So here's actually a Connecticut customer. So it shows they still have their bill from Eversource. The only thing that changed again is this line item on the bill where the supply portion of their bill is changed. And I showed you guys, hey, the service reference number is circled on the left-hand side here. So again, that's what somebody looks at, on the bill where they can go out and put that information in. Now, I want to take a minute and also explain to you guys. So in almost every deregulated state, the utility company will still bill the company. They will still service the company. They will still, respond to any of the emergencies in all the states. But there's a couple of states that Zoom actually becomes the bill. So in Georgia, in Texas, and in Southern California, Zoom actually is its own bill. On all the other states where energy is deregulated, Zoom is just a line item on the bill. So where I live here in Texas, let's just go through a little example. And I'll show you guys, again, in all the other states, very simple, that line item will show you the kilowatt per hour or the cost per therm. All you do is compare that line item with what's on the website. Well, let's just go to Texas. We're going to go to services. We're going to go to gas and electricity. We're going to hit shop plans. And then I'm just going to put in a local Texas zip code where we have a customer in this area that has sent me their bill. So we're going to put the zip code in. It's going to show us different options. And again, like Norian said, we want to always look for the longest fixed rate term that's available. So here in Texas, we have a 60-month lock-in fixed rate for 11.8 cents, a kilowatt. Then we choose that, plan. And then from there, we're going to either put in the customer's address or what's called the ESID number on the bill. So you'll see that on the bill or the address. What's neat about Texas and also Georgia is we can start energy service for a customer as well. So anybody in Texas or Georgia that's relocating, moving to an area moving into a new home, we can actually start their energy service. For all the other states, they have to have existing energy service, and then we can switch over the supply portion of their bill. So let me just go back and show you guys a Texas bill, because again, it's one area where it's a little bit different. So on a Texas bill, here's actually a Texas bill from a company called TXU. A lot of people would think that where it says energy charge here, 0.138 cents a kilowatt, they would think that that would be the price that we're comparing it to. But here in Texas, it's not. Somewhere on the bill, it's going to say the average you paid per electricity service this month was blank cents per kilowatt, excluding taxes and non-recurring charges or credits. So let me just show you that a little bit bigger. So where it says the average that you pay per kilowatt, that's the rate we're going to compare it to here in Texas. So this particular customer was paying 20.1 cents a kilowatt with their current company called TXU. So let's go back to the XOOM Energy, website here, and the plan that we selected for that particular customer. The plan that we selected was actually, let's show you here. For that particular customer, the plan that we selected was 11.8 cents a kilowatt. So that's 8 cents a kilowatt less in that example, almost cutting that person's bill in half from what they were paying before. So you're going to see some examples where in today's pricing, we're going to save the customer money. You're going to see some examples where in today's example, we're going to save the customer a lot of money, just like this example that I just showed you. You'll also see examples where short-term, we might be a little bit more short-term, but again, the value is in the price protection. The value is in the price protection for as long as you can possibly price protect somebody for, because that's going to really be something that can help the customer long-term with that locked-in fixed rate. Now, I know that today we went into a lot of detail so far. Now, the reason we're going into this detail and showing you guys what's happening in the energy market is to give you the confidence that right now you're doing something great for somebody, to give you the confidence that now is the time like never before to lock people in and fixed rate energy pricing for as long of a term as you can get. But I want you to understand, most consumers buy emotionally, not logically. I want everybody to understand that. Most consumers buy emotionally, not logically. I'll give you an example. My wife, her favorite pair of shoes is Christian Louboutins. Now, here's what I can tell you about those shoes. She has a lot of them. Here's what else I can tell you about those shoes. They cost a lot of money. There's nothing logical about them at all. Not the price, not the way that it makes her feet feel when she wears them, not her saying how much her feet hurt after she wears them. There's nothing logical about that at all. But you know what? Getting those shoes, it makes her feel good. It's an emotional purchase. And most people, again, are emotional shoppers. So you want to have the information and understand how significant it is right now on why we want to lock people in right now. But if you try to go out and explain what we just explained to you, to consumers, here's what they're going to be: confused. And here's what I can tell you about confused people. Confused people really do nothing. And one of the ways that we've always gotten a lot of customers in ACN is by leaning on our relationships. Also talking about our charity, Feeding America, Project Feeding Kids. Anytime a customer is acquired, a meal gets donated and a child gets fed right here in the United States. And we fed millions of kids over the last couple of years, which is incredible. But I talked about earlier on, one of the best benefits for us is IBOs, is that Power Your Home program and the ability to actually qualify to get your natural gas and electricity for up to free. And we have some individuals on this call that have qualified for the Power Your Home. And I want to have them share a little bit about themselves. And I want to have each one of them share 1 or 2 tips on how they've gotten so good at getting XOOM Energy customers. And they did this before knowing that prices were going to go through the roof. Meaning they didn't have the advantage that you guys have now, but they've gotten a bunch of customers. And the first person I'd love to have share is Mr. David Olivares. He's a regional director, out of the Texas marketplace. And David, if you could unmute, we'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself. And if you could share with people 1 or 2 tips about getting energy customers, I think that'd be great for everybody.
Definitely. Well, thank you for having me on, and thank you for your leadership foremost. And my name is David. I'm from South Texas. I started ACN in 2016, And the free energy was one of the very first things that I set out to do. And I've been able to have that program, the free energy, for 5 years. And I use that to be able to share it with new people, my team. And one of the biggest tips that I can share with you on Zoom Energy is a tip that's helped me a lot to be able to have a good customer retention and also get referrals. So it's kind of a combination. So obviously I acquired my customers, through the way that we're trained through the warm market, right? But those warm customers already know why I'm doing AC and why they're my customers. So what I do every now and then, I'll go down through my personal customer list and I'll call them, thank them. You know what? Thank you so much for being my customer. You've made a difference for my family and I, et cetera, et cetera. It's a good touch point. But then I always ask them, who do you know who could potentially be my customer, who I could help with the services, and you know my reason why. So that's going to help me for customer retention and referral. So I hope that Zoom Energy acquisition tip helps you all. Thank you for having me on.
David, appreciate it, buddy. I love the fact you've leaned on the relationship, getting referrals, referral generating machine now. And I know that you've got a lot of people referring customers to you. David, how long did you say you've had free energy for?
For 5 years, sir. I love it.
5 years, guys. I talked about give your family the gift this holiday of that Power Your Home free energy program. He's been getting those energy credits that power your home, averaging the 12 electricity customers now for 5 years in a row, which is awesome. How many of us could get used to not having to pay, getting that credit for our energy bill every month for 5 years in a row? We also have Javon Dudley, who recently qualified for Power Your Home. I know he's excited about it. He's a top performing regional director out of the New York marketplace. And Javon, we'd love to have you share a little bit about yourself, buddy.
Absolutely, Jeff. Thank you first and foremost for allowing me to speak on the call, and just thank you for putting this call together, as well as Norian. I mean, you guys did a fantastic job just giving us the information that we need to be able to help other people. And one thing I can recommend, and before I get started, I'm out of the New York market, upstate New York, by the way. One thing I can recommend is that whenever we do like a personal recruiting, PVZ, where we introduce the business to other people, sometimes the guests may not join the business. And when they say, this is not for me, I don't think this is something that I want to do personally, I always ask them, well, would you be okay if, you just help me out and just try one of my services? I mean, there's one service in particular that actually wouldn't cost you anything. And they're like, what, how, what's that one? And I just tell them about energy. And then once they see energy, they're like, wow, I actually, I haven't looked at my bill. Let me go grab my bill real quickly and see, what it looks like. And right then and there, you can get an energy customer just by comparing the rates. And if it's something that, is valuable for them, where they can see a locked in term, they're ecstatic about it. They say, once again, you said I have to pay to become a customer. Nope. And then you can just, get a customer that way. So favorite why help try whenever you're, doing your private business Zooms, and turn the no's into a yeses by becoming your customer.
Javon, I really appreciate it, buddy. And I love that. I love what you talked about. That's where the majority of my customers came from as well, is people that saw a presentation, just like you said, and didn't become a rep, but said, you know what, it's not for me, but how can I help? And I love leading with energy. Like you said, it's a free service. People don't like saying no twice yet. So if they don't want to be a rep, it's like, all right, I'll at least be your customer, especially when it doesn't cost them anything. So again, love that. I'll a lot of times have people just send me a copy of their bill so we can take a look at it, and then I'll educate them, make sure that the customer always is the one that plugs their enrollment order, in. But that way you can point out to them what to take a look at. And Javon, you've done such a great job with that. Thank you so much for being on the call here, tonight. And how many of us have some people that maybe have seen Zoom meetings that you haven't yet asked to be an energy customer? And I know the fortunes and the follow-up, and some of us have people to go back to, especially this time of the year. Remember, people are emotional. People buy emotionally, not logically. Hey, it's the holiday season. Can you do me a favor? Javon talked about favor, help, try. If you go to the Street Talk YouTube channel, which is my wife's YouTube channel, there's a really great 3-minute video from Susie Potter. I think somebody put it in the chat earlier on. I think it was Kara, watch that video, but I know that Javon has mastered that script. Can you do me a favor? Can you help me out? I'm trying to get a promotion. I'm really close to it. I just need one more customer. Would you help me out and try my service? If we could meet or beat your rate, would you help me out? And again, that's the script we normally use. But right now, remember, seeing what's going to happen in the future, again, even if we're a little bit more, that right now you can see what's going to happen in the future, and long term, you're really price protecting people and helping them. And we also have Maria McNamara, Maria Rose, out of the Connecticut Marketplace, Regional Director. She's a beast when it comes to XOOM Energy. And Maria, would love to have you share a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Excited to be on here today. Thank you so much, Jeff. So yes, Maria out of Connecticut. I have been, getting free energy with the program for the last 4 years, which is really exciting. And, I have to say that with my tip, there is not one person that I have as a customer that doesn't know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So, I love customers, but what I love more is to help someone make money, because that just means so much more to me, right? But if they decide they don't want to make money with the business, then I'll ask them to support me, try my service, become a customer, and help me feed a child. And because we're donating meal every single month, so usually that's great, and they just jump right on. They're a customer. It's simple to join. It doesn't cost them anything, and and the last thing I do is I keep in touch with them, because the market changes. And I don't want someone else jumping in when it happens, right? So I definitely keep in touch with them, 2-3 times a year, and follow up. So thanks so much, Jeff.
I love that, Maria, staying in touch with your customers, updating them on any new things that are happening, even telling them about other new services that ACN offers as well. I know you've been able to follow up with energy customers and talk to them about ID seal and other things, but, love one thing you talked about mixing the charity with the favor. Hey, listen, I have a goal of feeding X amount of children. If you could help me out and be my customer, you could also help me hit that goal in addition to helping me meet my promotion. And just love what you said. And how many years now have you had free energy for, Maria?
4. Yep.
4 years now of free energy. And guys, again, remember, it's only 12 customers. That's it. Every one of us, again, everybody's resolution should be eliminate that energy bill, qualify for that Power Your Home program so you can take advantage of free energy like some of these guys have been doing for 4 and 5 years, as we've heard so far. We also have Mr. Cornell Gomes on the line. I know Cornell has been taking advantage of Power Your Home for a long time as well. And Cornell, we'd love to have you share your story. And if you could give everybody 1 or 2 tips on energy customers, that'd be awesome, my friend.
Absolutely. What a wonderful explanation, and what a wonderful information, folks. Don't take it for granted. I took pictures, I took notes. This energy market is gold mine. We have the energy field all over the United States. Everybody's using it, and nothing changes if we get an energy bill. The same bill, same account. So how do I got all my energies? I have free energy for the last over 6 years. Ever since I joined, my focus was nothing changes. I don't have to sell anything. They're saving money. I got to do them favor. So I started sharing this opportunity like we always do in the business. Not everybody is there to join the business. Our main goal for sharing this opportunity, what are we? We are a customer acquisition company. So how do we get the customer? After sharing this opportunity, we want them to say, no, I don't want to do the business. So I'm okay with the no's. So all these no's are converting to energy customer. How? I just asked them, you saw what I'm doing. I'm trying to feed some hungry children. I have a reason. I have my son, he's in college. I got to take care of the college loan. So can you do me a favor? Just try one of my service. Just try one of my service. I create an urgency. I want to get promoted as soon as possible. And you're the one who's going to help me get promoted. Can you support me? Who's going to say no? That's how I got all my energy. I have almost 100 energy on my own, and it's all because of this beautiful systematic way we approach. Thank you, Jeff.
I love that, buddy. Over 100 energy customers that he's acquired himself. Free energy. What did you say was your first month that you got involved in ACN? That you qualified for free energy?
I got it within closer to 6 months.
Okay, so in his first few months in ACN, qualified for the Power Your Home program, and has never looked back now. 6 years later, still qualifying, for it, which is awesome. And Cornell, he gave some great information. He gave some great, advice to everybody here today. But how many has heard everybody talk about that favor approach? really leading with humility, because people like supporting a cause. People like helping people. And if you start talking about, hey, let me look at this rate and that rate, and hey, prices are skyrocketing and all this again, people just get confused. We went through this training here tonight so you could be confident in what's going on and knowing how important it is right now to protect people and to lock people in these energy prices. But what is still going to be the best way for you to get a customer is leading with humility, leaning on your relationship, and asking people for a favor, just like these guys did. You could probably also even say today, hey, I'm actually doing you a favor too, because we're locking you in prior to what the predictions are going to be looking like here in 2022. Now, in some cases, people will have a supply electricity company where they might be on a contract. Most people are not in an energy contract in most states, but in some states, especially Texas, there are people that are locked into a contract. And one of the other things I love about XOOM Energy is they actually have a program where if somebody is in a contract, they will actually pay somebody's cancellation fee up to $150. So you can take a picture of this, zoomenergy.com /EN/freedom to connect. So zoomenergy.com/EN/freedom to connect. That is where somebody would go to actually be able to submit the information, to be able to actually get their credit, get their $150 credit on their XOOM Energy bill if they did have an existing contract cancellation fee. So I love the fact that XOOM is doing that. I love the fact that, ACN is doing the $200 for every 5 energy customers here for the month of December. This is awesome. I love the fact that energy is a lifetime residual for us. How many of us like the idea of getting paid on energy bills for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? We do commercial energy as well. You can get paid on business, gas, and electricity customers, but I love the lifetime payout. I love the double points for electricity right now. I love that every 5 is $200 promotion. And guys, I love all the examples we have on our team of Power Your Home. But I know we're about to have more. Matter of fact, drop a comment in the chat if you're committing to, in the next 6 months, qualify for Power Your Home. If you're like, listen, I don't need to pay an energy bill anymore. Like, I'm committed, and I'm going to lean on the relationship. I'm going to, ask for a favor. I'm going to educate people. The prices are going up, and I'm going to go out and expose people to opportunity, expose people to the business. But just like these guys said tonight, anybody that says, no, I don't want to be a rep, listen, would you be my customer? Would you be my customer? And I love all the people of Arvinia, Sharon, Shirley, Marvin, Lamar, Javier, Kelly Lynn, Alice, Lamar. I see person after person say, listen, I'm going to take advantage of free energy. So guys, I hope we were able to serve you here this evening. If we could, let's give all the testimonials a round of applause for spending their evening, giving you guys some tips here. And we want you to be like them. We want you to qualify for that Power Your Home. And I'm telling you, the biggest residual income that we have is in the gas and electricity business. I've been in ACN now for 16 years. I have tens of thousands of customers around the world. And for my first 9, 10 years in ACN, we didn't have the energy product. My residual income started to explode when energy was added to our portfolio. So guys, my favorite service that ACN offers is XOOM Energy. We want to zoom the way to the top of this business. God bless everybody. Have an incredible evening. Hope that we got a chance to go through some great information. Hope you got some great value out of this call tonight. And Merry Christmas, everybody. And also, one last final note. This coming Friday, we will not be having Friday night leadership because of Christmas Eve. So this week and next week, we'll be doing leadership training on Thursday night the 23rd, and Thursday night the 30th at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock East Coast time. So write that down. So this week and next week, so Thursday the 23rd and Thursday the 30th of December, will be leadership training this week. We will not be doing a leadership training on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. God bless everybody. Have a great rest of your night.